mark on our community.
Well, tonight, the Now Buffalo's Mike Randall meets up with a local artist who has been painting for a very long time, and no doubt you have seen some of his work and you didn't even know it.
He has all the tools of the trade: brushes, paint, a good eye, and steady hand, and yet artist George Palmer says the work is still challenging.
You can never look at the blank canvas and say, I think I'm going to do a masterpiece today, because you're never sure.
He knew that art was for him back in high school, so after serving in World War II, he headed to New York City for art school, much to his parents' dismay.
And they kind of threw up their hands, and I think they wondered where they went wrong.
George Palmer has spent a life behind the easel, much of the time painting portraits of politicians, business people, and plain folks.
I always enjoy doing portraits, even after all these years.
Some of his most viewed pieces are on display at Shea's Performing Arts Center. It's a series of portraits of famous folks with Western New York connections.
I think there are 13 now.
Lucille Ball was one of the first ones he painted, working from a photograph that she selected. Producer-director Tom Fontana sat for his portrait with one request:
that he wanted to be painted in a T-shirt. I thought, well, that's a little unusual, but that's the way I did it.
Some of his early work will go into a show next May at the Kenan Center. Today, he's working on a landscape.
The landscapes are not as pressured. It doesn't matter where a tree goes. I mean, you can move a tree.
He's busy with commissioned work and continues teaching in his studio. George Palmer admits he really didn't think he'd still be creating art at age 92.
No, I did not.
But he is, and that's a good thing.
I just can't see myself doing anything else.
For the Now Buffalo, I'm Mike Randall.